Hello guys on YouTube, it's Paykel Live Forever here. Just a little quick video. I've put in the smaller Fisher and Paykel. This is the 7 kilo, and the cabinet's a lot smaller and the drum's a bit smaller as well. The other one that I've just recorded was the 7.5. This is the Intuitive Eco, so it adds the incorporating flow of water, like a waterfall, to start off the wash process before it tops up with usually cold water, unless you press hygiene option, which I've got. I just want to show you the difference in this one because because it's eco, it senses less water level, and like the water level is a lot less than the other machine that you've seen, and I'm actually not over impressed with the wash action either, because that's on vigorous wash. It's like the highest wash action you can get, and let me put this on, and I'm not even joking. That pair of underwear, that one and that one, they haven't moved. It's been washing for about 5 minutes, and they're just bobbing on the top like that. The load hasn't moved. There's not enough water in there, and it's not vigorous enough. So it just goes to show you that how the word eco comes into it and just stuffs everything up, because that stuff's barely moved. The water level's just not quite high enough. On the Intuitive Eco, on the more modern one we've got, you can actually alter the auto level so that you can make it sense a bit higher than what it would normally, like for example this. But I'm just saying, if I had have got this machine first, before the one I recorded before for you guys, I would be totally unimpressed by that, and I probably would never think about trying another one. But the fact that we got the other one first, which doesn't have the word eco and doesn't have that jet, like the waterfall thing, then yeah, I would never have known. So I'm so glad. So I'm going to be keeping the other one, because that actually thrashes them to anything. It actually just pulverizes them, whereas this is just barely actually moving them. It's funny how it's technically should be really the same machine, but it really isn't. Absolute madness. I don't even want to continue to. I don't even want to. I was going to keep this machine in for a bit, but I don't even want to keep it in. I don't even want to record any more cycles because it's barely moving them. Absolutely crazy. I'm not even joking. Those 3 pairs of underwear have not been under the water once. They're just bobbing on the top. The action just needs to be a tad bit more stronger. So sorry Fisher and Paykel, but your eco version is an absolute fail. I can imagine if you had sheets, there'd be big bubbles on the top, and it wouldn't pull them under. So it's funny. It's like, even though it's the same machine, but with the word eco slapped on it, and it suddenly doesn't want to move the clothes. There's not enough water in there. That's really bad. Oh dear. Vigorous wash. I've seen some vigorous, and that's not vigorous. This is what originally put me off Fisher and Paykel top loaders, because I seen people's washers washing like this, and I'm thinking, it's barely moving them, it's barely pulling them under. So I was super impressed when we got the Intuitive 7.5 kilo, because that just blasts them. So we need to find more of those machines and less of the one that says eco. Like, you know, the other one, it changes the action when it feels friction. It pulls, you know, it goes faster and slower. This seems to be like the same speed throughout. Alright, we'll be selling this one. Look, the load's not moved. I've been recording this for nearly 5 minutes and the load is just bobbing back and forth. I actually can't believe it. I thought it had more oomph than this. Obviously, I'm thinking with a higher, if it was more of a level, it would probably move them a bit more. So once this starts to drain, I'll flick it over to the higher level and just see what happens. But if you were someone who wanted to be eco-friendly, you know, you chose this machine and you let the machine do all the work, the auto water levels and the eco-active and all that, and you never look under the lid because most people don't, and it just sounds like it's doing the job, but you don't actually know that it's not moving them, it's not washing them. I thought it was going to prove me wrong and start pulling that under, but that's still not moved. Absolutely nuts. That's not cool, Fisher and Paykel. I want my clothes actually cleaned. See, I reckon this is definitely what put me off first ever buying them. I'm sure I lifted the lid on one of my friend's washers like this. The more, it was like the same kind of design, but maybe not the intuitive one. And I seen this kind of action with this kind of level. And I'm like, no. That other one's an absolute beast, and so is the modern eco-active. As I say, because you can at least change the water level autofill on that, and also you can press max wash on this, but on the other one you can press max wash, and it really, because it's a bigger tub, it actually really moves them a lot more. But because I've chosen hygiene life cycle to get that second fill as warm as or hot, not cold, I can't select max wash because max wash is a cycle. So, you know, you've got to have one or the other. You can't have your max wash action, you know, unless you just have the traditional wash with the max wash action. But you can't have the eco-active. Whereas with this cycle you can have the eco-active but you can't add the max wash. So that's the action you're getting. I'll fill it up on the high level because that's not moving, is it? And there's nothing in there that's terribly bulky. There's a pair of jeans and a pair of jean shorts, which is a normal item. It should be moving around much more than that. Right, I'll fill the washer up to the highest level and see if it changes anything. Yeah, so as I say, the whole point of this machine would be for the eco option, which does that overflow thing, right? Which is pretty cool. But if the only way to get a decent warm fill and a good action is to press max wash with traditional wash, then I'm not using the eco waterfall thing, which is the point of this machine. So I'm definitely going to sell this and just stick with the bigger one, because the bigger one's an actual beaut. This one doesn't sound as nice either, it's a bit screechy. That's okay. Hey, it'll do someone fine who just wants a nice washer and doesn't care, you know. Most people would have had these and it would have done them okay. But for people like us who actually can see how it's washing and see that it's not fantastic, I'll definitely, you know, I'm not being fussy, I just want my clothes washed, and that's not doing it. The other one, 10 out of 10. This one, 5 out of 10. This is why the word eco scares me. Only kidding. The other one, the modern one's eco, and that's fine. But you have to make your own adjustments. If I didn't do any adjustments, I would get this type of level, this type of action and level and whatever. But you've got to alter it to get what you need. Right, that's a much better action, right? But it's still not that vigorous. It's still not thrilling me in the slightest. And the stuff is moving better. But it's just, I don't think it's fast enough for my liking. And it defeats the purpose if you've got to use the highest level all the time. Marginally better. Right, we'll try max wash and see if it makes any difference, because max wash is supposed to be your absolute maximum action. Special max wash. Right, we'll try that. High, traditional, max. See what it does. As I say, it's moving them better, but it's still going to bubble sheets on the top, innit? I'm thinking that might be marginally better, but I can't really tell. That's like the other machine's medium action. It might be because this is a smaller tub as well, that it's given us a slight less action. Maybe that's what it is as well.